This is Benny, a rabbit in distress, holding on to the last remnants of his beloved carrots. He can hardly believe what has happened as he looks around at the barren patch where his prized vegetables once thrived. The wise Professor Hoot arrives on the scene, intrigued by the chaos. He inquires about the commotion, suggesting Benny might have misplaced his car keys, completely unaware of the rabbit's true plight. With a shaky voice, Benny reveals the devastating news that his precious carrots have vanished. The wise owl absorbs this shocking revelation, sensing that something mysterious is afoot. With a twinkle in his eye, Professor Hoot begins to outline a plan for their investigation, eager to solve this carrot caper. As he speaks, Benny notices strange little footprints scattered across the earth, hinting at the culprit. Determined to reclaim his stolen carrots, Benny springs back to his feet, ready to follow the trail of tiny footprints. Professor Hoot prepares for the journey ahead, knowing that together they will unravel the mystery. Together, Benny and Professor Hoot venture into the heart of the forest, a sense of adventure in the air, as they seek out the mystery of the missing carrots. The creatures of the woods watch with curious eyes, intrigued by their mission. Their adventure leads them to a small, unassuming burrow nestled in the underbrush. Professor Hoot peeks inside, sensing that the culprit might be lurking, while Benny trembles at the thought of what lies ahead. The wise owl turns to Benny, assuring him that they are ready for anything. Benny, clutching his half-eaten carrot, gulps nervously at the thought of facing a carrot-eating monster lurking within. With a gentle nudge, Professor Hoot opens the burrow's entrance, peering in with keen anticipation. Benny, heart racing, takes a cautious step closer, ready to face the unexpected inside. As they peer into the dimly lit burrow, a small figure quickly scampers out of sight, leaving behind a muddy glove that raises more questions than answers. Confused but intrigued, Benny and Professor Hoot blink at each other, realizing they've stumbled upon a deeper mystery. With great care, Professor Hoot lifts the muddy glove, analyzing it for clues that might reveal the identity of the thief. Meanwhile, Benny watches nervously, wondering just how deep this mystery will unfold. As the wise owl strategizes, he spreads out a map illustrating the possible escape routes of the elusive thief. Benny leans in newfound courage, filling him as he eagerly absorbs every detail, ready to take action. Just then, a gentle voice emerges from the dark, introducing Millie, the diminutive field mouse who wears a monocle and showcases her impressive collection of carrot sweaters. With a cheerful demeanor, she stands proudly among her handiwork, ready to explain her unusual choice of materials. With excitement in her voice, Millie enthusiastically explains how the perfect shade of orange and the softness of the carrots inspire her knitting. Benny's initial shock fades into admiration as he listens, captivated by her passion. Amused, Benny steps closer to Millie, inspecting one of her delightful carrot-shaped sweaters. His laughter fills the air, and he can't help but admire her unique talent, feeling a sense of camaraderie with the creative little mouse. With a playful grin, Benny proposes they team up to create a brand of carrot-themed fashion that will be the talk of the forest. Millie's eyes light up with joy at the idea, imagining all the wonderful things they could accomplish together. Observing with a proud smile, Professor Hoot sees Benny and Millie doodling design concepts on a large leaf, bursting with excitement over their new project. The burrow becomes a hub of creativity, filled with laughter and colorful threads that promise a bright future. With determination gleaming in his eyes, Benny kneels alongside Millie, carefully measuring the woodland creatures to ensure their sweaters fit just right. Millie's laughter fills the air as she playfully tailors a design for a shy squirrel, cautiously peeking from behind a nearby bush. The scene transitions to a delightful montage of Benny and Millie working side by side, stitching and fitting each sweater, with Professor Hoot offering wise advice along the way. The joyful finale features woodland animals frolicking in their vibrant carrot sweaters, the result of Benny and Millie's dedication. Dressed in his very own carrot sweater, Benny takes a big bite of a fresh carrot and winks at the camera, ready to crack a joke. Millie, adjusting her knitting needles, looks up with a playful grin, fully engaged in Benny's light-hearted humor. With a wide grin, Benny leans toward the camera and delivers his punchline, clearly relishing the moment. Millie's soft chuckle resonates, her eyes sparkling with joy as she delights in Benny's humor. Out of nowhere, Benny's carrot sweater slips off his shoulder and unravels dramatically, falling into a pile at his feet, causing Millie to gasp in surprise. She quickly adopts a mock stern expression, placing her tiny paws on her hips as if to playfully reprimand Benny for the little accident. Benny bursts into hearty laughter as he bends down to gather the unraveled sweater, mischief sparkling in his eyes as he hatches a plan to mend it. Millie's contagious giggles fill the air as she points at Benny's amusing situation, her laughter ringing joyfully through the surrounding woods. Benny adopts a mock serious look, inspecting the tangled sweater as if he's a professional fashion expert on a mission. Meanwhile, Millie leans against a tree with a playful eye roll, clearly entertained by Benny's amusing antics. With renewed determination, Benny starts re-knotting the sweater with exaggerated precision, completely focused on the task at hand, while Millie observes eagerly. A close-up reveals Millie's face, filled with admiration and excitement, as she cheers Benny on, urging him to triumph. With a triumphant grin, Benny holds up the newly repaired sweater while Millie claps her tiny paws in celebration, their faces glowing with happiness. The atmosphere shifts as woodland animals gather around, their curious eyes fixed on Benny and Millie's handiwork, captivated by the vibrant carrot sweater.